Hello. Hi. Hope everyone's doing alright. So, for anyone who wasn't, for anyone who doesn't keep up with me on Blue Sky, I came down with COVID 2 weeks ago, effectively. Like the Wednesday, the 23rd of July, I ended up having COVID, which sucked a lot. Didn't stream last week because didn't want to risk messing up my voice. I was testing negative last Tuesday, so yeah. It's been a pain. Everything with my job's okay. The job's got a rather generous policy with respiratory illnesses of you get 4 free days off, basically. I don't believe it's paid time off, mind you, but that's fine and fair. What? Captions, please. I said paid time off. Paid time off. There you go. Yeah, so that was a thing. I'm feeling pretty good. My COVID was honestly relatively mild. It was really rough at first, but considering a lot of the horror stories you could hear of COVID, it does not even approach. Effectively, my biggest symptoms were as with the first time I had COVID. I've only had COVID twice, but as with the first time I had COVID, it's just the symptoms I have whenever I got a COVID vaccine or COVID booster shot, but worse. So, yeah. I had some after effects that had me worried. I was having some intermittent chest pain for a little bit. Barely, and when I say intermittent, I mean there's like maybe 10 seconds I would feel, like a period of 10 seconds, maybe twice a day when I was testing negative, and a few days after that I'd have some pain in my chest. That has since cleared up, but COVID's serious, and everyone And it's not something that should be treated as, I mean, sure, a flu is bad, but I mean, COVID just really, really has the ability to fuck you up, so. Anyways, let's get started. One thing I've done on my own since last time is I went through the first round of dream missions and got all the confidence points that I was missing. Let's see. Okay. Gotta remind myself of what all's going on. So we have Liv Kennedy. Yeah, Star Covert Operative, vanished, now working for PMC. Who's being chased by Zan Vesker, the Navy Seer. He's on a whole quest to figure out and either take him down or stop him. Jen Kellen, freelance Stormwitch Private Eye, is teaming up with Zan because they met while at the police department at the Rushwater PD. Because Zan was involved in bringing in Dessa Banks, the mob doctor necromancer. Dessa got exfiltrated by Liv Kennedy, and then we went to the lockup where at first we were tracking down Dessa Banks for some blood. We were finding some blood so we could track Dessa Banks, and found out she was right next door in the lockup with Liv Kennedy, who is now joined by some cronies, including Steve Clark, the traffic warlock. And they were lit on fire some seized mana. Alright. Bori Kesh is also working with Liv Kennedy, who is a less lethal pyromancer. Talent creates magical fire that never gets above a certain temperature, so it won't incinerate you, you just pass out from a heat stroke. We have Sense. They still had Dessa Banks at that time, so we followed them to Reactor, the PMC Black site, where we found Dessa. And also, we're all like either poisoned or caught a really, really bad flu, and Dessa had to put us down because they're a necromancer doctor, so they have to kill us to make us better. I think that covers everything. I think we're good. That's a very good hat. You're a very good hat. Okay, we've exhausted the marketplace of ideas. I'm going to bed. Wait, I got something for you. Your dog tags? They're my vessel. Keep them with you and you'll get some of my brain future eyes. Your foresight? It won't be as clear as what I see, but it should be enough to save your ass now and then. Dan, I don't know what to say. No one's ever given me their vessel before. Well, you've just saved my life for the second time in 2 days. I was barely conscious in there and somehow you carried it. Kinda fuzzy on it myself. But also, you trusted me on this thing from the jump. No one's had that kind of faith in me in a long time. Let's go with the more sincere answer, since this is like being seems like an actual rather sincere discussion. Of course, man. You've never let me down. Alright, that's my sincerity limit for tonight. Back to mocking your tactics tomorrow. And back to mocking your age, if you last that long. Oof. Nook's Bar, late morning. Alright, what's next? I've got my contact in Chilipa. Pay him for the ride and see if he's got anything new. One company? Nah, it'll only spook him. You two see the sights. Well, speaking of people you haven't paid, we broke you out of torture prison. And if you want to finish the job, you could get my gear back. I thought I did. You used it to reverse us? That's just my res bag. They also took my Ghost Skull Gary and my Tibia of Trauma transference. The skull in your bag. That's not Ghost Skull Gary? Did that skull look like a Gary to you? I firmly believe anyone can be a Gary. Takes all kinds, I guess, but no, that was obviously Nigel. Reactor black site. Armory ring. Armory wing. So how do these flasks work? Is it a skink tier? Is it a skink tiers base or a hex sap? They're just drugs. I just throw drugs at people. And that works? It works on people who breathe. What do the drugs do? Loss of balance, drowsiness, some light hallucinations. If you like pushing people around, it makes that a lot easier. I do! And so you've got no other craft right now. Just power over life and death. And I can open a portal to the void dimension. Well, let's dig into that. She shrugs. I don't know, I just point this cool-ass key at a wall and something opens. Push someone into it, they come back an hour later with a 1,000-yard stare and a newfound interest in investment banking. It's like a window you can put in a wall. Oh, now we're talking. Alright, let's do this. Knock out all 4 enemies. Use the laptops to open security doors. Seal all reinforcement doors. Jen, finish by the end of turn 3. Use Death's Door to eliminate 1 hostile. Well, flask that leaves everyone in a 1-tile radius sedated and unsteady. Okay. Because someone is extremely stable. Okay, let's do this. Just 1 second. Oh, never mind. Oh. But he's not dead, he's just knocked out. Okay. you're done. Okay, what's behind the story is not good. Specifics? I don't know. These tags don't give me a clear picture like Zan has, but it feels like kind of blaming. Then you should go first. Oh, real nice. Look, if you can raise the dead too, just shout and I'll waltz right in there. But if not, you're the only one who can safely die today. Don't like any part of that sentence, especially the part where you're right. Okay, so there's nothing I can do about that other than just eat the damage. Reactor neutralizer Capizzi. Jeez. Oh, it just is lethal force. Okay. Okay. Okay, so if you have line of sight, you're just kind of fucked. Okay. Out of curiosity. Okay. Okay. Okay, that works. Excellent. Good progress. Alright, we're here. I stashed my stuff in the next room on the way to the cells. So what are we looking for? Vessels or channels? I don't know what that means. I only know the word Arcana from TV. No one taught you how to do this stuff? When you summon the living dead in an operating room, no one shows up with a free ride to wizard school. The cops show up with a free ride to a lab tank, and if you get out of that alive, you go underground. Sorry, I didn't mean to patronize. I'm just impressed you can use vessels untrained. Explain vessel. The key used to open portals. If an item lets you do something different to your main craft, it's a vessel. Another caster carried it long enough that it picked up some of their craft, so your key. A dealer in a skull mask gave me that for resing her partner from a ketamine overdose. Okay, so she probably had a sideline in Eldritch Gateways. Then anything that just improves your main craft is a channel. So your wand is a channel and your broom is a vessel? Oh my god. I mean, it's not brain surgery. No, I completely forgot I brought my broom. Oh my god, that's gonna make things so much easier. Broom breach. Jump through an adjacent window and re-enter the room from any other window as long as the space is clear. Super encounter. Is gonna make this so much easier. Yeah, we're done. Very efficient. Retrieve Ghost Skull Gary, complete. Retrieve the Tibia of Trauma. Transference, complete. Remember Jen has a broom, complete. There goes our necromancer, just stuffing anything they can grab into their bag. I assume it's one of those things that just keeps going if I let it, but wow. It's the sheer idea of, oh yeah, I'll take this. I'll take all these extra skulls. Sure, why not? I mean, what do they need these for? I'll take them. I'm a doctor. Okay. Oh, that sounds disgusting. That's all a lot of good stuff. I mean, Death's Door, making it so I don't need to... Making it so that it is actively going to grab people? Oh, fantastic. But making Sedative Cocktail just knock people back even for... Oh, it's only to the central target. Okay. That changes a lot of things, actually. I think I'm going to instead worry about grabbing what I can for Death's Door. That's just a box. Nook's Bar that night. Thanks. You ready to talk about it? Did you ever learn why they took you? Liv wanted me to kill her. I'm sorry? 3 times since you reached Liboli. She disappeared for a few hours, come back sweating and shaking in order for me to kill and res her. Okay, that's not what I was expecting. She seems sick. Elevated pulse, dilated pupils, dilated nostrils, tremors, but I'm a surgeon. Diagnosis isn't my field. Okay, that's not what we had. And after you rewound her? Calm, vital, picture of health. And she didn't bitch about the whole thing like some people. Glares at Zan. Was she doing something that hour that made her that way? If there's something that takes you from healthy to that inside of an hour, I'd advise against it. Damn, this is tantalizing. I don't like unanswered questions. Really? I live for them. No one poisoned you, if it helps. Despite what I just said, yes please. It's a slow-acting poison the Druid Mafia uses. This'll kiss. You had needle-thin puncture marks before I rezzed you, and Liv just hired a druid hitman. Oh shit. Okay, I have to say, that's pretty smart. You don't have to say that. It's optional to say that. How do you kill the guy who sees everything coming? Don't let him know he's been hit until it's too late. Whose side are you even on? Yours, of course, but I'm freelance, so if she has a paid position... Well, you'll have to be fast. My contact says Liv's briefing her team tonight before they ship out. If we're going quick and quiet, we might learn their next move before they make it. Banks, we're square. But if you're up for this, we could certainly use her skills. Oh, I'm coming. After what they did to me? The next time I shoot Liv Kennedy in the head, she's staying in the fucking ground. An uncomfortable silence. Well, this is a reconnaissance mission, so we might need to reclarify engagement objectives en route, but let's go. Blackside headquarters in the night of the briefing. Alright, suppression aura is cast, no alarms in this room. If we take this room clean, they won't hear us coming. Want to show us what Ghost Skull Gary can do? Ultimately, that'll be Gary's decision, but I'll set him up for success. Fires a spectral skull named Gary who damages enemies as he passes through them and bounces off walls once. Literally pool. Literally just pool. Finish this by turn 2. It's turn 1. Just damages. Isn't knockback. Maybe? No, that took their action. I'd give them another action, but do I want to? Well, let's see what happens if we do that. Dang. Killed one of them, but didn't kill the rest. Let's see. Okay. Okay. There we go, we're done. Took a bit of thinking, but we've got a lot of ridiculous stuff we can use now. What's next? Officers. They're the only people here who won't shoot us on sight, but only because it's policy to sound the alarm first. Tonight, that's worse. Any alarm goes straight to live. They evac early and we lose their trail. I think that's worse. You haven't seen the inside of a gunshot wound. Okay, sure. For us, personally, life will go on, but we're trying to stop a war here. Get into the headspace, please. Deal with all enemies by the end of turn 1. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, their only priority right now is to sound the alarm if they manage to. Okay. Hit 3 enemies with a single spectral skull. Okay, I think we can manage that. There we go. Also, I imagine this is worth doing. Time boost banks. Yeah. There, turn 1 done. Alright, we're here. Clear this room with no alarms. I can force sight in the briefing room and catch everything. Is it an easy one? I would go on record saying that. No. Might be time for some trauma transfers. I'm almost afraid to ask, but I'm not. What is it? Lets me move trauma around. I cast it on you, then I choose who takes the damage next time you get hit. Feels like there was something in the Hippocratic Oath about that. I shot you in the head to save your life yesterday. Hippocrates needs to get on my level. Hippocrates needs to get on my level. Okay. Okay. Transfer 4 damage at 1. So the big guys. Okay. Hmm. Good, that's what we want. Hmm. Finish by the end of Tune 2. I don't think I can with how I've currently have things set. yeah, I can just do that. Okay. Wish I could see just how much movement we've got, but... There we go, that counts. Awesome. Okay. But we were needing them too, yeah. There. Now that's really asking me to do these in minimal turns. It's, yeah. All right, but we're all right. We're wheels up for Kalana 0200, and I need everyone on the same page, the same sentence before we touch down. Put a foot wrong in Laboli, you piss me off. Put a foot wrong in Kalan, you'll never see daylight again. So let's hear it, Rian. Stay K9. Head to the vaults, sniff around for mana stockpiles. Good. Bori, straight to the safe house, lay low, don't set fire to anything important till I get the mana call. Don't set fire to anything till you get the call. Sure, of course, no major fires. Steve, I have a question about my role. Oh, God. More of a comment, actually. I just think I have more to offer than my badge. I know you said it'll help our cover, but if I could be part of the Vault team... I'm not your HR manager, Steve. I don't need you to feel valued. I use people who don't need nannying, and if that's not you... No, that's me, absolutely. You can throw your pretend cars around when we get to Medill. Till then, you are just a badge. Steve's high-vis robe sags. I still don't get why we're going to Kalan. It's gonna be chaos with the riots. I'm not gonna draw a diagram. That's a wrap. For H minus 5, be at the helipad on the dot or you're staying in the bully. Reach the briefing. Complete. Sound no alarms. Complete. Learn Liv Kennedy's next move. Complete. Understand Liv Kennedy's next move. Let's set ourselves achievable goals and build confidence from there. I do love their sense of humor. It's good. We have... okay. Jen and Zan both have 1 point to spend. Oh, okay, right. Static Blast refreshes move after... okay, right. I completely forgot about that. Forced entry. If someone pushable blocks a window, you can still breach there, hitting them for 3 knockback. Nice. Okay. That's a lot of good stuff is the problem, man. What's Zan got? Time boost, still time bomb, hurtful eye. You know what? That sounds like it could be useful in some situations. God, so much good stuff. Just put counter. I like the Gale Grenade. It's really cheap and effective, but if I could refresh someone's move, that could definitely help out in some of these missions. On the other hand, the fact I could possibly just refresh that, yeah. Good with that. This is getting messy. I'm going to put together some of these groupings. I'm going to put some of these groupings together. Liv's team. Druid Hitman. Never seen this guy before, but somehow he hits Zan and I with Thistlekiss darts. I noticed and almost kills both. So we need to talk about boundaries. Mama always used to say, if you can't shoot something nice in someone's neck, don't shoot at all. Necromantic. Unto damage only works if you're dead, and if you're not, I can get you there for an extra $6,000. Call +46 234 662 939038. Sent you a new pick. Please update. How many people do you think are reading our secret map? Wait, you get paid $6,000? We will probably all die. Now we got space for some new stuff. Banks said Liv asked to be killed and resurrected 3 times after disappearing for a few hours and returning, sweating and shaking. It could be so serious, and why did it keep happening? Local brandies, discreet bartender. We found a nice out-of-the-way place to hole up between ops, and the bartender's already heard enough that there's not much point in lowering our voices now. Liv's going Kalan. Exact location of Liv's team is headed to Kalan next, but we don't know exactly where or remotely why. Poison to buy. What's your input? Yeah. Headed to... Makes sense to me. No rush if you want to rearrange or go over the details. They're taking a chopper to Kalan. They'll be leaving from the southwest facility with the helipad. We've still got no chance against Liv, but if we get there early, we can catch some of our cool squad alone and whittle down their numbers. I thought you already beat that traffic guy back in Stonecliff. We didn't kill him. God, don't tell me you're one of those outfits that kills 100 henchmen, then suddenly grows a moral compass when it comes into the fuckers responsible. No, we don't kill henchmen either. No killing. Oh, so you're not hypocrites. You're just toothless all around. Damn right. Liv won't get there till the last minute. She's never early because nothing can make her late. The rest of them will rush because they're terrified of her, so we might be able to catch them at the hangar before she gets there. Then we'd better gear up. Just to check, you are on board with the whole no-killing thing, right, Banks? For now. I ask because you're the only one carrying an inherently lethal weapon. My gun? That's a medical instrument. I only use it for cranial interventions. I think cranial interventions are what he's worried about. I don't fire in combat. I never shoot anyone I can't be sure I'll have a chance to res. Okay, good. Unless I want them to die. I think that's all we're getting, Zahn. Dun, 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 dun. Now the team used 5 different abilities in one turn. Oh, heck, easy, yeah. What? That's supposed to... There we go. That's what I was worried about a bit. Flame boost. Intel. Actually, I don't even need that. Oh, yeah, I didn't even need that. I could just, yeah. Okay, when we breach, I want you to keep in mind this room isn't as scary as it looks. What makes you say that? Blind optimism. Are there heavies? Won't lie, there are a lot of heavies. I hate them. It should be illegal to clip someone if they're in cover. It is illegal. They're trying to kill us. Not in the bowler. If they're trespassing, that's basically nothing they can't do. That's why shady security cores like Reactor love it here. Thought it was mainly the tax breaks. The tax breaks don't hurt. Yeah. Wait a second, wait a second, wait a second. Could have them kill themselves so I could already like that entire side cleared out. Okay, what have we got? Let's finagle this back to... Maybe our best bet is to do this. Maybe. They can only have that. Then maybe this works, and maybe this is the plan. What if I did this? Oh, actually, wait, no, that's the better route, isn't it? Yeah. So what made them both, so those two will just fall out the windows. There we go. Clean. I didn't... Crap. My bad. Oh, I don't like this. When I foresee breaching this room, they target me with something and the vision just kind of stops there. Oh, that sounds like a neutralizer. Banks and I hit one when we were getting her Arcana. The actor have anti-magic tech? Don't love that. They can't stop you throwing stuff, at least. No one can stop you throwing stuff. There's a guy in Zhuang who can make your arms go limp, but only after eating a ton of Celeriac, and he has to stare for the whole time. I don't think we'll run into him. And they can only target one of us. It's just by the end of turn one. Can I even do that? I don't think it's doable. I can play. That might work. I think I'm getting an idea as to what we can possibly do here. Hmm. I think that idea not as great as I thought it was. Okay. I could have possibly have done the transfer for damage at once if I had gotten finisher on Shane Bolt, but we're just gonna need to. I'm just gonna need to go through and redo these later to get those. My question about the Solariac guy. I think he'd probably want to be known as the Limp Arms guy. I don't think anyone wants to be known as the Limp Arms guy. My question is, how did he unlock? When would you ever desperately need to make someone's arms go limp? Maybe someone he didn't like was carrying something he wanted to break. Okay, but that's a once. For unlock, you've got to need it. Maybe someone was carrying him away from his beloved Celeriac? We don't even know if he likes Celeriac. Maybe he hates it. Oh my god, now I'm sad about Limp Arms guy. I was never not sad about Limp Arms guy. Should we break this door and stop World War V, or should we stop and write a book about Limp Arms guy? Has to think about it. Breach, I guess. What have we got? Demonstrate 2 hostiles in 1 turn. Prevent 9 reinforcements in total. Oh, Broom is immune to that. Awesome. That's sick. Pop, pop, pop. They'll be dead. But he'll live. We'll just need to... Not you. You. We're gonna have plenty of people we can smack about, but we're gonna need to be real smart about this if we can, if we wanna... We want to do ourselves a favor and make this not as much of a problem. Oh, we can go over here. Grab that. Predictable. Yeah. The one we know is gonna knock someone out. I do have an unused action, but I don't think there's anything we can actually earnestly do with it, so yeah. In one turn. So like that. No. Pop, pop. There we go. "30 minutes early, Boris? Someone's anxious to impress the boss." She says H-5. I don't know what that means. It means 5 hours out. Did you think it was minutes? You're early also. That's not... I just had some packing to do. You'll pack things from this hangar? Yes. I was low on spanners. Alright, the clowns are in the roost. Jen, if we get caught by Boris' fire, anything we can do? Magical fire can burn anything, but if it's not a fuel source, it takes focus to keep it going. Mana stockpiles and rush water seem to burn fine without them. Then I guess that's a fuel source, but people are just sacks of blood. It's hard to keep a fire going. So if he goes down, we stop burning. Best guess. Or I could just res you. Alright, we also have a necromance. Necromantic. What about this traffic guy? He just summons ghost cars. It's honestly not much of a problem. Bring it on, Kellen! Shit. A really good hearing, though. I forgot about that. Okay, what do we got? Have the team use 9 different abilities in 1 turn. That's a lot. Tricky optional objective. You can't always get them all at once, but you can always come back later with new perks to try again. Confidence unlocks outfits, but never gameplay advantages. Yes. Jen, knock the warlock into a death's door. Do you have stability? No. That's easy. Thanks. Use Resurrect on a teammate, living or dead, who has no mana left. Oh, okay. Channeling Mildfire. The less lethal Pyromancer. Bori's Mildfire projectiles can arc over cover, making them all but impossible to avoid. They do no damage, but once on fire, everything you do hurts. It's sort of a friction burn situation. There we go. Okay. Beep beep. There. Ability 1. The Bastard. Wait. Oh, come on. There we go. Huh. There we go. We actually did all of them. Excellent. You're mildly on fire. I was thinking that would actually end up doing some actual damage to him, but oh well. Boom. Who has actions left unused? Yes, but that's not going to do me any good here. Projective Bolt isn't going to do us any good. I guess there's that, I guess. I guess out of curiosity. Oh, because I bounced them, they're not gonna take a hit from that. Okay, never mind then. That's one thing worth maybe talking about a bit is yesterday I ended up hanging out with some friends, and because then a few of them had been to Gen Con, and they also ended up picking up the Starfinder 2nd Edition book there, so I was able to thumb through that a bit. I was just really curious. Heal knockback to a target with unsteady 3. Awesome. Mission complete. Defeat Borikesh, the less lethal Pyromancer complete. Defeat Steve Clark, the Traffic Warlock again, complete. Secure them. Yeah, we're going to the tight. Wait, no, Liv's got him already apparently. You should have killed them. What? No, who's writing this? They got a new level. Transference. Genius grant. If the projectee is an enemy or the victim is an ally, your use is refunded when the transfer happens. Overreaction. If the victim is an enemy, they gain Unsteady 1 when the link is created. Interesting. A lot of good stuff. But it was fun to thumb through the Starfinder 2nd Edition book. I was curious about a lot of stuff like with Solarian, and I think a lot of it ended up looking kind of similar to how the playtest ended up looking, so... I mean, there's differences, yeah. Things where it's like, yeah, there's mostly just me being really curious to the exact how things would like function, because I'm thinking about how would I transfer my one the guy I'm really obsessed with that I made in first edition into second, and it's like it definitely wouldn't be the same in a lot of ways, but you know, yeah. A lot of good stuff. Transference is great, and just being able to point at someone and go, Unsteady 1 is great, especially since that doesn't cost an action. The more I'm thinking about the more I'm thinking that's the correct choice. Transference doesn't cost an action. Death's Door is great, but I'm getting a lot of usage out of 1. I'm not getting a lot of use out of Intercept, though. Might refund that, actually, thinking on it. That's good. I'm not really too interested in the outfits, what can I say? I am definitely enjoying it. I'm just trying to think, because I was like, I'm starting to get hungry, and I was like, Today's kind of busy already. I finally sat down and got my, some appointments made now that my insurance is kicking in. I've been wondering if I should have done this earlier, but then it's like when I was going through doing it, it's like, oh, everyone's asking me for my insurance information to make the appointments, so I probably couldn't have, you know, had any waiting, you know, ready and waiting to go, so it's probably a good thing I waited. I think one of the most interesting things that stuck out to me of the whole looking through the Starfinder book is augmentations. Just, you know, same stuff you generally be interested in with like Starfinder First Edition, but it's interesting to see the implementation. Humans have a ancestor feat to get a free level 1 augmentation, and there's also a general feat for that isn't tied to just first level, but does have the rider that it's like it's only first or 0 level augmentations that are free. Oh, cool. Moped, boat, truck. Nook's Bar again. Honestly, it's just a nice bar. So they're headed to Kalan? That's gonna be a problem. Why? There's no legal way in or out. We have no contacts there. And have you seen the news lately? The capital's on lockdown with the riots. Laws or suggestions, chaos is cover. That leaves the Livs team exposed. This will be the first time they're cut off from their military support. Sounds like they at least have a safe house. The foreigners just vanished in Kalan. Should we hang back and let them run that risk? I can't. I'll understand if you don't want to risk it, Jen, but this trail, Liv's team, the ward leads to, it's the only thing I've been sure of in years. I've been in a bad place, watching the world burn from the couch, paralyzed, seeing every problem I'd caused by trying to be part of a solution. Can't go back to that, knowing I had a chance to act. Alright, I get it. I always like the idea of throwing caution to the wind to make a difference, but now that we're here, I feel like I'm 96% caution by body weight. But I can get there. Thanks? I was never out. Oh, okay, so what's the plan? Ask me again at breakfast. Jen's brain that night. Whoa, this is new. Hi, I'm here too now. Why am I dreaming, talking to myself? Oh god, am I self-obsessed? Well, you're dreaming about talking to yourself about yourself, so that hasn't helped. Given that we're both criticizing you, though, I think this might be coming from a place of insecurity. Everything we've done since the age of 4 came from a place of insecurity. Want to narrow it down? Not until we clear these rooms. Ugh, does the cops represent my self-censorship or some shit? No, it's just kind of uncomfortable having a long personal conversation in a doorway. Oh, you get used to it. You're in an anxiety dream. Please dig into one character's story rather than progressing the main plot. If you're not into that, you can skip the dialogue and not miss any plot details. If you want a shorter, snappier campaign, you can skip these missions entirely from the menu. You won't miss out on any XP. You can also jump back and play them later from the missions menu. Demonstrate 3 hostiles in 1 turn, and we have 2 gens. Okay. Oh, but there's only like 1 hostile, not counting the turret. Oh, I see. Oh, I see how it is. But you need all your uses to get over there, so it doesn't work. There we go. Oh, only one of our teammates needs to reach the green zone? No, then yeah, we're set. Oh, you can also take cover from explosives, I guess. I'm always insecure, but it never made me dream about talking to a clone before. What's different tonight? You tell me. Wait, are you doing our therapist? This isn't about me. Oh my god, I am never telling Robin my dream self roleplayed him. Yeah, best to hide any abnormal thoughts from your therapist so he'll like you more. That's probably the play here. Alright, you're dying to tell me. Why tonight? It's finally sunk in that you're never going home. You built an identity for yourself there. As a PI, you clung to it. Now you're once in the DSR and a legal alien anywhere else. Hard to see how you're ever gonna get another license to go snooping in people's affairs. Maybe I could make cheese? Illegal cheese? Yes. That's your plan? Yes. Get to it off book? How would people find you? Word of mouth. Whose mouths? There'd be mouths. I'd find mouths. I'm gonna stop saying the word mouths. Don't say being a PI was my identity. Last time Daryl brought in a mouse, you open the case file. You wear your license when you go for coffee. And Banks is the first person you've met in a year without telling them you are a PI, only because she was in the middle of murdering someone at the time. Even then, you gave her a business card on the ferry. I remember. Let's just get on with this. What? The door cannot be sealed. Okay. Well, that's interesting. That's gonna be problematic, yeah. Go. Bad. Yeah, that's really bad. Go. There. You're panicking because you don't feel like a PI anymore and you need to add that identity to feel valid. Oh, we're just getting right into it. There's a hole in your heart where your self-worth should be, and the job is just the latest ill-fitting thing you've tried to stuff in there to keep yourself functioning. Can you be Robin again, please? I like my insights with a little more compassion and a little less accuracy. I can't give you that. I'm the only person you have no compassion for. And Steve Clark. And Steve Clark. Come on, I'm asking for compassion right now. And I don't know how to give it. All I can do is fix it in all the ways you're lacking. Pretty fucked up. Hey, imagine if you treated anyone else this way, except Steve Clark. No, yeah, I got the lesson. I'm just taking my time failing to internalize it. Can we do something less stressful, like beat up angry strangers to stop them sounding a nameless alarm in my mind? Sure, don't see any unhealthy symbolism in that. And finish by the end of turn 3. Okay, how the am I supposed to do this? Sure. And there we go. Sometimes you just gotta, you know, shock your friends. Okay, so you think I shouldn't be clinging to my job to fill the hole where my self-worth should be. I mean, I do hear it now, but like, do you have a better idea for something I can shove in there? Because I've tried leaving it empty, and that does not pan out. Does it count for anything that you're a fucking storm witch? Not really. I don't exactly feel special on a team like this. What it's worth, in an early beta, 87% of testers said you were their favorite wizard to play as. Because... And control's fun. Are the fucking stage directions talking, you know? We've buffed the others since then, but you are also their favorite character as a person. That sounds like it'd be validating if I could process it, but I'm not in the best place to shatter my concept of reality right now. Thanks, though. Don't you think that everyone deserves to feel loved, valued, and worthwhile, except Steve Clark? Oh, absolutely, except Steve Clark. So you should too, right? Sure, I'd like to. But it's like telling me, don't you deserve to make $80K a year? Maybe, but for some reason, it ain't happening. You're a nice person. You try to help people. I do. That doesn't make you feel worthwhile? It actually kind of does for like 20 to 40 minutes. It's a nice feeling. But there's some kind of leak in my ego, and the validation drains out faster than I can cram more in. Alright, that's all I had. What? Those are all the reasons I could think of what might think of that you might be worthwhile. You shot them down really well. I thought you were breaking me down so I'd be receptive to the hard to swallow but ultimately character developing solution. Nope. This little bout of introspection has left me in a great place. You think your confidence is low? I'm in a Jen Kellen self-doubt treatment. I just found out I'm not even the main Jen Kellen. That is rough. Sorry. Look, this might sound radical, but it might be you can't entirely solve your lifelong emotional damage by talking to yourself in a fucked up combat dream. Ugh. We could do some fucked up dream combat though, right? We absolutely could. Fucking Steve. Well, it's not Steve, but it's like a clone of Steve. Make Steve hit another Steve with ghost traffic. Okay, I hear you. No, that'll kill that Gen Killer. Also, because why not? Let's just get rid of them, like, right now. Oh. There we go. That should work. Sure, why not? Okay, that was pretty funny. Could work with this. Not too bad. Unique perk unlocked. What Jen's anxiety dream lacked in an actionable mental health. Takeaways. It made for upping the number of people she can now electrify with a single chain shock. Super chain can chain through twice as many targets if you have 2 mana to spend. Sick. Can't refund. Okay, fair. Spent about 2.5 hours. Honestly, I think I just come to do dream trainings on my own and stuff. They're fun, but it's like, it gives me something to chew on in the game on my own time, so yeah. Unless people would be really interested in seeing that, which I doubt. I highly doubt anyone would be interested in seeing anything like that, so yeah. Or do I want to keep going? I'm feeling I really, really need to get some lunch. I guess I could try taking a small break and make myself up like a peanut butter sandwich and just go with that, maybe? Maybe. Or I could, I want to go a little bit further, but yeah, let's... Honestly, I feel like I want to take a break. Like it's a big deal. I'm just trying to think. It's like, yeah, I think I might. Yeah, I might just. I'm just gonna call it. Yeah. I think that's probably just the better route to go. Well, for anyone watching, thank you for coming to watch. If you watch the VOD, thank you for watching the VOD. I'll just pass on reading out right now. I'm just... So, I've been having fun with this game, and I'm probably gonna... I'll probably try to stream again tomorrow. Tomorrow's also a day off, and honestly, I don't have too much I'll be doing, so it's like, yeah. Plasma's gonna be a no-go for like a week or two, so... Anyways. If you're gonna watch the VOD, take care. Goodbye and peace. Later.